Well, do these questions strike your mind? Well, answer to such questions and related questions is all given in sociology. So let's begin with the lecture of sociology, what sociology is and what are its features. So let's begin. Welcome to the lecture of sociology. Auguste Comte is known to be the father of sociology. He coined the term sociology in 1839. Well, sociology is the youngest of all social sciences, which includes economics, political science, anthropology, history. Well, the history of sociology is quite interesting because it is a product of mess happened during 17th and 18th century in the society when French Revolution, Industrial Revolution were at its peak. People started demanding for equality, liberty, freedom. There was a major shift from agriculture sector to the industrial sector. There was the increase in greed. Well, it was very much important, and they felt the need of a subject which studied the society as a whole, the human behavior, why people behave in a certain way, and why such certain phenomena happen in society. Thus, sociology emerged as that subject which helped to answer all the problems during 17th and 18th century. Sociology is derived from the Latin word societas, which means society, and Greek word logos, which means study. Thus, it is a study of society. Sociology is a scientific study of society and human behavior. It studies interactions, interdependence, and interrelationships. Well, it studies why people interact, what is the reason behind their interactions, and what is the degree of interaction, what makes them depend on each other, and why do they form relationship, whether it is a positive one or a negative one. Also, it is said society molds the man, or Jesse Sangat Vaisi Rangat. Well, these phrases are made definitely due to some or the other reason. Thus, sociology helps you study such reasons why things happen in society. Also, just remember, हर कोई sociologist नहीं बन जाता. It is definitely the study of society. It is definitely why people behave in a certain way, but it doesn't mean that everyone is a sociologist. Why? Because we use our subjective thinking. We do not use our objective thinking. Well, the sociologists go through a well planned series of steps. That is why it is said the scientific study. They observe, they question themselves, they question the people, they make a hypothesis, they make a model, they make a experimental model, they experiment, they analyze, and then they form the conclusion. But what we do, we directly pass the judgment. For example, people in the society says, why does she wear such short clothes, or why is she going to temple so much. Like, people question and people pass their judgments so easily. Well, that is not called sociology or sociologists. That is wrong. So do not say yourself as a sociologist, because we do not use our objective thinking. We are subjective. What we like, we will prefer that, and what we don't, we won't prefer it. So sociology is a very neutral social science. It is very neutral subject which gives the theories, which gives us the objective way of thinking the problem. With the definitions, as per Franklin, sociology is the science of social phenomena. Well, it is right. What happens in the society is a subject matter of sociology. As per Kinsley, sociology is the general science of society. Sociology, in the broadest sense, is the study of society. Sociology is a very broad discipline that examines how humans interact with each other and how human behavior is shaped by social structures, social categories, social institutions. The basic foundation of sociology is the belief that a person's attitude, actions, and opportunities are shaped by all these aspects of society. Well, it is correct to say people follow the path directed by the society. Around 95% of the people choose the same path as directed by the society because of the syndrome that is called log kya kahenge, and only 5% of us follow our own path. Also, sociology deals with the study why people have conflict, why there are fights, what political ideologies lead to the riots between two religions, as we can see today. This all is studied in sociology. Now comes the nature or features of sociology. Sociology is an independent science. It is not a branch or a sub part of any of the science. It is independent. It has its own methods, its own theories, its own surveys or way of doing the things. Second, it is a social science and not a physical science. Social sciences are the sciences which involves the humans, uh, their diversities. Why do they do so? How do they do so? Sociology is a social science, unlike physical sciences of biology, physics, or chemistry, which involves atoms, molecules, or cells, or the formulas. It is not formula. It is the logic. It is the imagination we study in sociology. Next is sociology is the categorical and not a normative discipline. Discipline means a subject. Well, sociology is not normative. That means it does not gives us the rules. It does not gives like what should be, what ought to be, और इस ये ऐसे होना चाहिए. इसको this is the true thing. This is ethical. This is the value which should be there. It is not like that. It is neutral form of science. It just tells us what is. It gives the answer of what is. What is the relationship, right? Then next is sociology is the pure science and not an applied science. Pure science means बस knowledge gain करना, उसे आगे use करना ना करना, that is not important. Use करो ना करो आपकी मर्जी है. It is just the experiments formed for our own self to just gain knowledge. Whereas applied science, it is science which will form which on the basis of one experiment will form the other experiment. For example, law of demand, law of then utility curve, PPC curve in economics. Like for example, law of demand is universal. It is same all over the world. In Canada, if the prices rises, the demand will definitely fall. Similar happens in India. So means the results are same all over the world. They are constant. Whereas sociology is the study of humans. Thus, do you think two humans can be same? Even the twins are not same. They have difference of their ideas. There is difference of ideas between them also. Thus, it is a pure science. The results vary from each house. Even each member in the house has different mindset. Thus, the results of sociology cannot be applied universally, not even in a house. Next is sociology is an abstract science and not concrete science. Concrete means facts, figures, which is exact numbers, whereas abstract means imagination, feelings, how people react. Like for example, sociology is the study of marriage, kinship, right? It is about feelings. Sociology is majorly about feelings, about imagination, about why people think the way they are thinking. But concrete means facts and figures. Like 2% people are under poverty line, right? But sociology says why people are under poverty line, right? Or concrete says 22% marriages are inter-caste marriages. But sociology says why people marry, why do they love other people or other religion, right? Then next is sociology is generalized science and not a specialized science. Now tell me, how can you make life particular? It is very uncertain. You never know what happens next. Every human every day changes himself. Every day it is a new human. The sociology is a very general subject. It has nothing to do with particularization or being a specific subject. Like this will only happen. You cannot say that this will only happen. It depends upon the circumstances. You never know what society demands the next. For example, earlier the society in India was very conservative. Thus, it had effect on the education system also. It taught girls have to perform household works and the men has to do field work. But society changed gradually. Now, men and women stand at the same level. There is a constant change in the society. So sociology can never be a particular subject. It is a very general subject. Also, sociology is very much important to study because after all the earth is made up of many creatures and human beings is one of the most important creature which interacts, right? So sociology is very much important to know why evolutions happen, why cultures are formed, why people prefer one culture over the other culture. Thus sociology is very much important. Also, it studies about the relationships. It studies about how people maintain relationships, right? So it is very much important to study sociology. It cannot be neglected. It is equally important and complex subject like other sciences and other subjects. Thank you.